OC. Viewer discretion is advised. Incoming transmission in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's going on, guys? Back in the new year, finally. NXT reviews coming at you your way from Outcasted OC. I am really glad to be back. It feels weird that I haven't came on here and talk about NXT for 2 weeks. It's been really strange not doing the reviews, but we took a Christmas break, but now we're back, and we're back with a great episode of NXT because we've got some shocking news. We have a new champion, but we'll get to that in a little bit. Let's start off with what happened at the very, very start of the show. We get some news from Vic Joseph and Booker T that Blair Davenport and Nikita Lyons have been fighting ever since the show began, even before the show began. So it looks like the match tonight isn't going to be taking place. As they're saying that, Nikita Lyons and Blair Davenport fight through the crowd. They get to the ring, and the referee just rings the bell. So, suppose we are having the match. Not much really to say about in this match. It pretty much takes place where Blair Davenport is trying to take advantage of Nikita's injury that she actually caused, the knee injury. She is working on the knee for the entire match. Nikita is getting in some good offense. Obviously, she's using her power to overpower Blair Davenport. This match ends like kind of abruptly. I honestly, I didn't think it was going to end the way it did, and I didn't think it was going to end when it did. So Nikita Lyons goes for a kick on the outside of the ring. She misses Blair and kind of gets a knee slash, lower leg caught in the ropes. She ends up, fighting off Blair Davenport. She gets it in the ring, but as Nikita is getting back in the ring, Blair Davenport hits a chop block on the bad knee, coming back into effect. She then hits a KO knee strike, does Blair Davenport for the 1-2-3. So Blair defeats Nikita Lyons. Again, this was surprising for me because I honestly didn't think that Nikita Lyons was going to lose one of her first matches back, but obviously, there's more in the future for what's going on here. This rivalry is far from over. Obviously, it was Blair Davenport who put Nikita Lyons on the shelf for months and months and months. So, obviously, the story is probably going to be building to Vengeance Day or maybe even further down the line from that. But I am interested to see where this goes. I'm quite a big fan of Nikita Lyons. I do think she has a lot to show. Further on down the line in NXT, if they choose to keep her in NXT, she might even go up to the main roster, but I don't really see a space for her there yet. So I think they should keep her in NXT. I think they should maybe give her an NXT Women's Championship match, maybe, and even even a run with the NXT Women's Championship. I think that would do the wonders for her career. Just because I do think she has the it factor. Blair Davenport also has the it factor, but there's something about Blair for me that just doesn't click at the moment. Bea Priestley on the Indies was great. But there's just something about Blair Davenport that's just, I think it's the promos for me. I think it's mostly the promos that they give her to do in NXT that just don't hit the mark. They feel forced. They feel like they don't really mean anything when she's saying it. It just sounds like she's saying a bunch of long, fancy words. Yeah, that's just my opinion. We now go backstage to where Trick Williams walks into the locker room while Carmelo Hayes is on the phone. Carmelo Hayes tells him that he has managed to secure some good news for them both. Trick Williams turns around and says, I'm not really sure I want to hear it because lately you seem to say one thing and then do another. I told you to wait backstage last week, but then you ended up coming out and nearly costing me the match. Melo turns around and says, listen, I saw the tweet from Shawn Michaels saying that, there was going to be a former NXT champion returning. So, I didn't really want to wait to see what was going to happen. I came out to have you back, basically. I mean, it ended up, working out because Trick Williams didn't lose his #1 contendership for the NXT championship. But, it could have. Melo didn't seem very happy that he won last week, something that maybe Trick didn't notice, but obviously us as the fans noticed. Trick Williams has been a bit of an idiot here for me. Carmelo Hayes is obviously being deceitful. It's pretty obvious. Like, Trick Williams has his concerns all the time. And then Carmelo Hayes just says one thing and then Trick goes, oh yeah, you're right. You're probably right. Okay, no problem. And it's like, oh, okay. Is that it? Is that all it takes, Trick, to satisfy your concerns? Whatever. The good news that Carmelo Hayes has secured for both of these guys is that he has managed to secure the last spot in the Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. So it's going to be Trick Melo in that tournament. Are they going to be getting to the final? Who knows? Is this going to be finally the moment where Carmelo Hayes turns on Trick Williams in this tournament, costing him the match? Maybe it's possible, but we do know that Carmelo Hayes wants to get after a championship. He wants to become a Grand Slam champion in NXT, and he convinces Trick Williams to get on board with this by saying they're going to be calling you two-title Trick by the end of this tournament because hopefully you're going to be winning the NXT championship as well from Ilya Dragunov. We still haven't got an update on when Ilya Dragunov is going to be back to accept the challenge from Trick Williams, but hopefully it's going to be in the next couple of weeks. I'm assuming maybe it's going to be a case of Trick Williams having to pull double duty on Vengeance Day, maybe challenging for the tag team championships or the final of the Dusty Cup, and then having to face Ilya Dragunov for the NXT championship, in which maybe he gets costed by Carmelo Hayes, or because he's had 2 matches, he's unable to win the championship. Only time will tell, but they're the two. They're the two predictions that I have for what's going on at NXT Vengeance Day. Is that what it's called? Is that what it's called? I'm pretty sure it's called Vengeance Day. That's coming up. So next, we're going to be talking about the 2 first round matches in the Dusty Tag Team Classic we got this week on NXT. I'll just talk about them at the same time because that's what I usually do when it comes to tournaments. This week, we have the team of Gallus, that being Mark Coffey and Wolfgang, versus Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin, who formed last week. Obviously, I didn't review it last week, but both of them pretty much went up to each other and said, we're both arseholes. Baron said, I say we go into the Tag Team Classic because we're the biggest arseholes ever, but we're also dominant, and together there's no stopping us. Bron Breakker wanted to be the leader of the team. Baron Corbin says, no, I'm the leader of the team. It's the whole classic, can they get along? Will they, be able to stay together storyline here. In quite a shocking turn of events this week in terms of the Dusty Tag Team Classic, both actual tag teams get eliminated. I think it's kind of odd, to be honest with you. Just so obviously, spoiler: Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin beat Gallus here. There's a really cool move here where Bron Breakker goes for like it looks like he's going for a suplex, but actually he throws them over his head into a stunner. Very, very cool move. Bron Breakker also very impressive in this match, performing a double German suplex on Mark Coffey and Wolfgang at the same time, which is amazing. This match ends where Baron Corbin does tag himself in. Bron Breakker spears Mark Coffey, and Baron Corbin hits the end of days on Wolfgang for the 1, 2, 3. Or that might be the other way around. Maybe he hit it on Mark Coffey and, Bron Breakker speared Mark, Wolfgang. I don't know. Someone got speared, someone got end of days, all right? Who knows? Who cares? Like the point is that Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker won the match, okay? Next match, match 2, we have Hank and Tank versus Axiom and Nathan Fraser. The winner of this match obviously goes into round 2. Again, I thought this was really strange. Nathan Fraser and Axiom win this match. This match was better than the previous mentioned match in the Dusty Classic. Nathan Fraser and Axiom mixed really well with Hank and Tank, who have improved in the ring, which I was quite pleased to see. The one thing that I will take away from this match is Booker T hates cutoffs. Even though they've worn them before, Hank and Tank, like Booker T couldn't stop talking about the cutoffs that Hank and Tank were wearing for some reason. I thought that was like really odd. But regardless, Nathan Fraser hits a Phoenix Splash onto one of Hank or Tank, can't remember which one it was, for the 1, 2, 3, and they advance into the Dusty Tag Team Classic round 2. Now, as I've just said, both of these tag teams, Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker and Nathan Fraser and Axiom, are not actual tag teams. They're just thrown together tag teams, and they were able to defeat 2 actual tag teams in this tournament. And it's supposed to be a Dusty Tag Team Classic. You'd think they would, they would focus on actual tag teams to promote and push forward in this tournament, but apparently not. I'm more okay about Bron and Corbin going through than I am about Nathan and Axiom. I don't really care about that tag team. To be honest with you, I think both people could be doing better things by themselves, but it is what it is, I suppose. I didn't really see Hank and Tank getting any really further than how, where they got in the tournament. But, it would have been nice to see some underdogs maybe get through. You never know. But yeah, that's just my opinion. I thought it was kind of strange that they chose to, push 2 non-tag teams over 2 actual tag teams, especially Gallus, because that's an actual faction in NXT. That Gallus are former NXT tag team champions. You'd think they'd want to get them forward in that tournament, but apparently not. Next, I'm going to be talking about the whole Tiffany Stratton farm thing. So obviously last week, Tiffany Stratton lost to Fallon Henley, meaning that she's going to have to be a ranch hand for the day. All the way through the night we see Tiffany Stratton going through these horrible situations is where she's wearing she's wearing the complete wrong clothing. She's wearing high heels, she's wearing a pink skirt, she's wearing like a crop top or like I don't know what it was, or a tube top, whatever it was. But for ranch hand work, and obviously the classic shenanigans start coming here where she has to clean a horse, she has to clean the barn that's full of crap and hay and just stuff. And by the end of the night, she's absolutely filthy. And then she falls into a trough. So, great ending for Tiffany Stratton here. Fallon Henley looks funny. She gets the one up on the rich Tiffany Stratton. Tiffany Stratton obviously looking great, like doing classic heel work. It's fantastic. I enjoyed this. I thought it was quite funny and it got the point over. I don't think this rivalry's over. So let's see what's in the future for Fallon Henley and Tiffany Stratton going forward. Um, as I say, I just thought I'd mention all of it at the same time, just because it went on through the night, and I didn't think it was necessary just to cut in this every single time I'm talking about something else. So um, we now go to the ring where Lyra Valkyria is talking about what's next for the NXT Women's Championship. She announces that there is going to be a battle royal, a 20-woman battle royal next week on NXT, with a little bit of a twist, because the last 4 members in that battle royal then fight it out in a fatal 4-way match to become the #1 contender for the NXT Women's Championship. She gets interrupted here by Lola Vice. Lola is saying if it wasn't for Tatum Paxley, I would be stood there with the Women's Championship. You're lucky that she was there. The only reason that you're holding the belt right now is because of her, so you should be thankful. Lyra Valkyria says, basically, Lola, you've talked too much. Every single time I see you, you're talking. I really wanted to see the MMA Lola Vice. She came in with all this hype, but all you've done since you've come into this company is talk and talk and talk. I don't want to see your ass twerking on Instagram. I want to see what you can do in the ring, which is an interesting and weird thing to say, seeing as though she won the women's breakout tournament, and I think she's still undefeated in NXT. So I thought that was a weird statement from Lyra, because obviously, like I say, Lola Vice is undefeated and she's got a contract, to challenge for a championship, which was odd. Lola Vice turns around and says, I can't help what these fans think about me. They all just love to cheer to me because, like, they're all sheep. They love this Latina heat. Lyra Valkyria says, the only Latina heat I see is Elektra Lopez, the woman who held Legado del Fantasma together, a callback to when she was part of Legado. And she says to Lola, when are you going to break to your best friend that you're not using that contract for an NXT or just a women's tag team championship match? This is when Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez attack Lyra Valkyria and just beat her down basically until Tatum Paxley comes and saves the day. I believe we're probably going to be I think we are getting a tag team match next week between these 4 women. I don't really care about the whole Tatum Paxley thing, to be honest with you. I'm more concerned about, I kind of want Lola Vice to win the women's championship because I just want to see more of Lola Vice. I think she's great. I was the one who called Lola Vice to win that NXT Women's Breakout Tournament from the very beginning. I thought it was destined for her. And I like the pairing that she's got with Elektra Lopez. So, it works all well for me. We now go backstage to where we find out, thanks to the metaphor, that Josh Briggs, Brooks Jensen, and Fallon Henley have actually broke up because they all want to pursue separate goals. I don't know where that's going to leave Brooks Jensen, but Josh Briggs here challenges, or he thinks he deserves a rematch for the NXT Heritage Cup. Aura Menta gets in his face, obviously, because it was Aura Menta that actually cost Josh Briggs the Heritage Cup the last time him and Noam Dar faced off for it. So Josh Briggs says, we can handle this tonight. It leads into a match pretty much straight after, where it is Josh Briggs versus Aura Menta. Not really much to write home about this match. It was quite a slow match, but I will say that Josh Briggs' clothesline from hell is absolutely amazing to watch. I do love to see a good clothesline from hell, and Josh Briggs hits one here for the win against Aura Menta. So maybe there will be a rematch for the Heritage Cup in Josh Briggs' future. Only time will tell. Backstage now, Dragon Lee is back, and he says he's sorry that he missed last week, but the LWO held it down for him, and they were able to come out with the victory with the return of Carlito. Um, he then gets confronted by Lexus King, who has a contract in his hand saying, if you're back, then I take it the North American Championship Open challenges are back. So I'm challenging you tonight for the North American Championship, which Dragon Lee accepts. He signs the contract and he accepts the challenge for tonight. We then go back to the ring where we have a NXT Tag Team Championship match. We have OTM, Lucian Price and Bronco Nima versus the family of Channing Stacks Lorenzo and Tony D'Angelo, accompanied by Rizlo. Forget about it. Adriana Rizlo. She's the glue. She's the glue of the family. She keeps us all together, etc. Whatever. I don't know. I thought this match was quite disappointing, to be honest with you. I expected more from OTM. I never really expected him to win this match, but I thought it was going to be better than it was because I'm actually quite a big fan of OTM. I just never thought this match really got past second gear. So it was a little bit of a slow affair for me. They did put up a good fight, OTM. I believe it was thanks to Bronco Nima that Lucian Price kicked out of the Bada Bing Bada Boom. He broke up the pinfall only to for Lucian Price to then get hit by the Forget About It. Scripps tries to get involved in this match where Rizlo pushes him off of the ropes and it costs OTM the match. OTM then run into I believe it's Jada Parker backstage where she says, where's your Riz? Like you need to up your game, you need to step it up, and I'm the person to show you. Which where Script says, come on, let's talk about business. So let's see what they're going to be doing in the next couple of weeks. Obviously we've not really seen much of Jada Parker, so it's going to be interesting to see what she is going to be, doing for them. I don't really know much about her. I've not really seen much of her on the indie scene, if she has been on the indie scene. Like I said, I literally know nothing about it, so it's going to be interesting to see how OTM evolve with her in the mix, because I'm assuming she is going to be joining OTM. I'm looking forward to seeing it. We now go backstage. Well, I say backstage. We now see a recording on the screen from X, where it's from NXT Anonymous. Apparently, he's got the camera like sort of sneaking in the door of Chase University, where he captures JC Jane. Apparently, she has got a plan to save the university. She is telling the rest of the people, including Thea Hale, that the car wash was great and the bake sale was great and you're raising money but it's not getting us further enough, but I've got an idea, I've got a plan, and I've got a job for all of you. And my question was, how have none of these people seen NXT Anonymous? Like the door is, it's not like it's open just like a crack. It's quite widely open. How have they not seen this person stood there with a camera? I don't know, like, because there's about 6 or 7 people there. Like you think one of them would surely see him. Also, I thought it's kind of weird that we still don't know who NXT Anonymous is. I feel like that is going on for so long. I don't know. um, Staying backstage now, we get Obafemi being interviewed saying, it's only been a week, but have you got any plans for your contract? Obviously, winning the NXT Breakout Tournament, Obafemi gets a championship match whenever he desires. This guy is absolutely enormous. Obafemi is huge. You do get like champion vibes from him as soon as you see him. He has got the mold of a WWE superstar. He's a very good talker. He's just got the look. He's got everything. Obviously he's still a bit green in the ring, but like that just comes with time. We've seen that with people like Dominic Mysterio, who has just gotten better in the ring week by week. And I think WWE have faith in Obafemi to do the exact same thing. He gets interrupted in his interview here by Lexus King saying, "Watch out tonight. Well done for winning the tournament. If it wasn't for, is it Tavian Heights or, oh yeah, Trey Bearhill, I'd be in the final, but it is what it is. Good luck chasing the championship, because you are looking at the new North American Championship by the end of the night." And he walks away, does Lexus King. Obafemi asks Mackenzie, I believe it is, did you say that a North American Championship match was tonight? And she says, yeah. And he just looks at his contract and goes, okay. So that's like foreshadowing possibly what's going on later on tonight. We now get our next match. It is Gigi Dolan versus Cora Jade. I'm not going to spend much time on this match because nothing really happened. Like this was quite. It was literally just nothing match. Like one of the matches where it's kind of just introducing Cora Jade back to TV. Nothing really to talk about, to be honest with you. The match ends where Gigi Dolan is going for a pump handle slam or pump handle power slam. Cora Jade holds on to the referee, so Gigi Dolan is stumbles and falls. She then gets caught with the DDT from Cora Jade for the 1-2-3. I don't know what they're doing with Cora Jade at the minute. I think it's only a matter of time before she gets put into the Women's Championship picture. I think this is just like, wasting time until that happens. It's probably going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. She might even be champion after Vengeance Day. Who knows? That's my prediction of who is going to win that Battle Royal / Fatal 4-Way next week. I think it's probably going to be Cora Jade. If it isn't, I'll be surprised. We'll be talking about that next week, obviously, because I am here every single week covering NXT. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and like if you're liking the video so far. Did you like that? Did you did you like the little transition there? I thought that was pretty good. We now get a match here where... Oh, sorry, no. Let's talk about the backstage segment here first. Malik Blade and Idris Enofe are talking about how everyone's talking about their opponents next week in the Dusty Tag Team Classic, that being Trick Mello. We all know they're not getting along, but Idris and Ofe have been friends for just as long as Trick and Mello, and they are going to come out on top. They then get confronted by what is her name? Brandy Reese, who offers them a package deal, where she will help train them, give them a program to train for, so they can get a 6-pack. And Malik and Idris are just like, yeah, we've already got one. Like, go away. They don't say go away, but it's more me that's saying go away because I don't know what this gimmick is. I don't like it already. But yeah, so we're getting a confirmation that Trick Mello's first match in the NXT Dusty Classic is going to be against Idris Enofe and Malik Blade. I think we both know who's going to be winning that match, unless it's like a shock and Trick and Mello get eliminated immediately thanks to Mello or thanks to someone who is after one of them. That'd be surprising. That'd be a little bit twist that I'd be down for. And also at least then an actual tag team would get through. I mean, I know Trick Mello are friends, but again, they're not really a tag team. They have teamed together a couple of times, but both of them are single stars. So it'd be nice to see an actual tag team get in this tournament, for God's sake. Do you know that's just my opinion. We now go on to the main event, guys. It is the NXT North American Championship match. We have Dragon Lee versus Lexis King. This match was so dreary. It was boring. I'm not gonna lie. And this had nothing to do with Dragon Lee. This was all Lexis King. Lexis King just isn't hitting it for me. Ever since those vignettes that were absolutely amazing, he has come to the company. I feel like I've given him a little bit of time to, marinate, but he's just not hitting home for me. I don't like his in-ring work. I don't like his character at the moment. Something seriously needs to change for me to take Lexis King seriously. I said seriously a lot then. As a superstar, because like I say, it's just not hitting home for me whatsoever. I just don't think that. I just don't think that he has the it factor. Dragon Lee was dragging him through this match. The ending was the Operation Dragon was underwhelming. Like the crowd didn't even react for it. That's all I've got to say about the North American Championship match there. But what I will say is, after this match, Oba Femi comes out. His music hits. He cashes in his contract to challenge for a title. He gets in the ring. It is Oba Femi versus Dragon Lee for the North American Championship. Here we go. Oba Femi just destroys Dragon Lee here. Dragon Lee puts up a decent fight. He gets a couple of good offense moves here. He hits a good Hurricane DDT. Oba Femi kicks out, but Oba Femi just catches him in this absolutely huge powerbomb here. This unbelievable powerbomb that's puts him through the mat for the 1-2-3. Oba Femi is your new North American champion. A guy who only debuted about 4 weeks ago is your North American champion. And this is what I was saying about WWE having faith in this guy to get better in the ring because everything else is on point. He's a great talker for how long he's been around the company. He is just a massive man. He has got the mold of a WWE superstar. I want to see a decently long run with the North American Championship here for Oba Femi. I could picture this being a really dominant reign, maybe even to the heights of Gunther's Intercontinental Championship reign. And him holding this championship in NXT gives him the opportunity to train on the road, to train in the performance center. It gives him the opportunity to improve massively over a short period of time. I am very looking forward to seeing what is in store for Obafemi in this North American Championship reign. But guys, what did you think of NXT? You need to let me know in the comments. This is the first NXT back after 2 weeks off, the newest NXT of 2024, starting off with an absolute bang with Obafemi winning the North American Championship. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Did you like it? If you liked this video, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the channel, guys. Make sure you subscribe for more content, because we have got a what do we think is going to be happening in 2024 episode of the podcast coming for you guys tomorrow. Yesterday, Courtney reviewed the Monday Night Raw. That was fantastic as well. On SmackDown, we have got that for you as well on Saturday mornings, with a review coming from either Chi or Ross, and then the AEW wrap up at the end of the week for you. Make sure you go follow the channel on TikTok, on X, and Instagram, guys, if you want to see more exclusive content from those platforms. And obviously, our individual links will be in the description down below. But for now, I hope you have an absolutely amazing Wednesday. Enjoy your Thursday if you're on the other side of the hemisphere, and peace out.